Midnight in Wiami. After 2 years of development, we are nearing the release of our first playable experience that will enable wilders to experience Wiami firsthand. After this moment, Wilder World will technically be live, albeit in a limited and focused testing capacity. Building an open-world game, let alone a metaverse, is an ambitious and complex endeavor. One of our primary strategies for de-risking the development of Wilder World is to release unique playable experiences, gameplay systems, and infrastructure that is contained in sandboxed environments, which enable us to iteratively improve the metaverse alongside wilders. This means launching a series of successive experiences that will begin to build on one another, in order to create more complex, interactive, and emergent gameplay between genres. At each stage, we will use real-world data to develop systems that bring our community and product closer together. This approach increases our probability of success by confirming that each part of the metaverse has been built efficiently, is battle-tested and fun to play. We are currently on track to release the first of such playable experiences, Midnight in Wiami, MIW, by the end of calendar 2023. The experience is inspired by a fusion of the cyberpunk ethos and Tokyo's electric underground street racing culture. All prior glimpses of Wiami have been in the early morning or late afternoon. The consummate gamer knows that nighttime experiences in any MMO or virtual environment have a distinct atmosphere. This will be the first time Wiami is shown at night, and we could not be more excited. Wilder racing factions have coordinated to create an illegal street race in the heart of Little Meow, Wiami's first neighborhood. Starting across from the cube at the Kaedon Cafe, moving through the brightly lit cityscape to the South Island West freeways, and ending with a long straightaway towards the Trinity Towers. Along the track there are different decisions and routes players can take to secure victory. During competition, races will get a better view of Little Meow and the development of Wiami, as well as discover several new key points of interest that are actively under construction. Racing Arcade. Midnight in Wiami, MIW, is the first season, Season 0, in the Wilder Wheels industry and inspired by traditional simcade racing games such as Need for Speed and Forza. The metaphor of a racing arcade fits nicely with the novel blockchain mechanics we have integrated into the experience, and is the first major step in supercharging utility for the $Wild token and Wheels industry economies. Future racing seasons will introduce new gameplay mechanics, tracks, and rewards models throughout Wiami. MIW can be thought of as our first live gameplay experiment and introduces the base layers of functionality that we can build on in subsequent seasons. If we do our jobs correctly, the Game Studio plus Community Studio, the experience should continue to improve between seasons, become more engaging, competitive, and fun. As discussed earlier, this is a primary strategy to continually integrate prior learnings and feedback from the Wilder community, which will be the driving force for subsequent development cycles. MIW is a racing arcade inside Wiami and the Wilder World metaverse. It utilizes the core code, city map, and underlying infrastructure of the metaverse, but is intentionally sandboxed to limit specific functionality and exploration. To access the game, players download a familiar game installer and then authenticate with their Zero ID using a Web3 wallet of their choice. The system has also been designed to support email authentication, but is initially geared towards Web3 enthusiasts. Once we feel the game is ready for a larger audience, we will turn on easier authentication and simplify onboarding. Win to earn. During our first season, players will compete for a daily rewards pool of 50,000 wild, or roughly $10,000 at the time of this writing. Based on usage, learnings, and data, this pool will increase or decrease at sole discretion of the Wilder World project. Eventually, the size of reward pools will become a function of the Wheels industry DAO, where holders can vote directly regarding future reward models. During Season 0, rewards will be distributed daily based on 3 game mechanics. The most absolute wins, 33% of daily pool. The fastest track time, 33% of daily pool. The fastest single lap time, 33% of daily pool. A daily leaderboard will be accessible directly within the game. Winners will be eligible to withdraw their winnings at the completion of day. Days will end at 11:59 p.m. in the PDT time zone in OBR. Important, any cheating will be expressly forbidden and determined in its sole discretion by the Wilder World project. AI and cheating detection tools will be used and can result in the loss of your staked Wilder wheel to the Wiami impound lot. In order to bootstrap the wheels economy, a proposal will be generated in the Wilder Wheels DAO to allocate a percentage of the current treasury to fund the wheels racing rewards economy in Wild. This pool will enable a portion of the original proceeds generated during the wheels mint to be returned back to players over time, as the experience and economy evolves. More details on this will be provided prior to the launch of MIW. Wheels staking. We are excited to announce that we will be releasing the first version of our long-anticipated wheels staking system with the release of MIW. In order to compete, wheels holders will be required to stake their wheels NFT and in exchange, will be loaned a finely tuned high-performance vehicle from 9 Livers, one of the first racing clubs in Wiami. Racing against similar vehicles ensures that competition in our first season is fair, gameplay is balanced and that rewards are based on skill. In the future, we plan to introduce gameplay mechanics that enable wilders to upgrade and tune their own vehicles, greatly enhancing how players compete, strategize, and collaborate in the wheels industry economy. The wheels industry system is an economy that rewards members of the wheels economy. Rewards for Season 0 will be distributed as follows. A. 30% of the available daily rewards will be automatically sent to the wheels staking contract. 10% will accrue to the Wheels DAO industry treasury. 20% will be issued to any Wheels holders staked in the protocol. As originally promised, Wheels hideout owners will receive a 2x staking reward compared to other Wheels holders. B. The remaining 70% of rewards will be dispersed based on the competitive mechanics of Season 0. Rewards will change between seasons, keeping competition, gameplay dynamic and fun. In the future we plan to offer more staking functionality, such as having the ability to rent your vehicle in exchange for a percentage of a borrower's earnings, basically, GameFi meets DeFi. The wheels staking and industry economy is built on ZXP, Zero Experience Protocol, and developed by our sister company Zero. ZXP enables games and applications to build intelligent gameplay, reputation, and reward systems that are fully on-chain. Racing flow. Here are the steps to start competing. Stake your vehicle on the WWMM. Receive your loaner vehicle in your wallet. Download Wilder World Installer. Log into Wilder World. Request a match from the home menu or play in solo mode. Wait to be matched. Race and accumulate rewards. Rinse and repeat. Withdraw earnings to your wallet whenever you want. Access phases. Our first priority with MIW is to ensure the experience is fun, engaging and satisfies wilders. This means that you enjoy playing, the system operates with minimal network latency, and runs at an adequate frame rate of over 60 FPS on high-end rigs. For this reason, it is important that MIW is rolled out to a small number of players to start. We will open the player base using logical cohorts that will be announced prior to the official release of MIW. The Wilder World project will determine when we roll the system out to new cohorts, based on how the experience is performing using community feedback and real-world data. This strategy enables us to grow when we know we have delivered an exceptional experience, and will reduce the risk of the empty room problem. This strategy also reduces the strain on development and server resources, enabling for a more measured and smooth rollout over time. Specs and GPU streaming. MIW is initially geared for higher-end machines. From the beginning our strategy has been to make Wilder World next-gen, positioning us for the next wave in photorealism, large-scale concurrency and GPU technology. This means that in the beginning, Wilder World will only be available to individuals who have the hardware to run it. Over time, however, our intention is to make Wilder World highly accessible, especially as the cost of hardware decreases. In parallel, we are investigating GPU streaming with our partners, which would enable accessibility from any browser-compatible hardware device, accelerating the accessibility timeline of Wilder World. We are evaluating the feasibility of a GPU streaming experience for MIW, and how this new technology will fit into our long-term plans as we get closer to the full release of the metaverse. We also intend to provide more customization settings for Wilder World, allowing it to eventually operate on a larger range of machines. MIW minimum system requirements, targeting greater than 30 frames per second. CPU, Intel 10th Gen processor, 8 cores. GPU, NVIDIA RTX 3060. RAM, 32GB RAM. OS, Windows 10 or 11. MIW recommended system requirements, targeting greater than 60 frames per second. CPU, Intel 13th Gen processor, 12 cores. GPU, NVIDIA RTX 4090. RAM, 64GB RAM. OS, Windows 10 or 11. Progress. We are planning to release Midnight in Wiami on December 6, 2023 in Miami. Initially, the system will be available at an in-person event in Miami, more below. After that, it will open to our first cohort sometime in mid-December.